So, in part one, I explained how Anthropic's IPO could create an enormous new pool of philanthropic wealth. And the interesting question is, where does that money actually go? And a lot of it may flow through effective altruism, or EA, a movement that tries to work out where money can do the most good using ideas like importance, neglectedness, and tractability. And in AI, that has increasingly meant funding work on catastrophic risks from frontier models. Now, this is where incentives start shaping the field. So, I've worked in AI security since 2021, and I've spoken to EA funders who've been pretty explicit with me. They're not really interested in broad AI security field building. They care much more about securing frontier labs like Anthropic and OpenAI because, in their worldview, that's where the biggest potential risks sit. That doesn't mean they don't care about ordinary cybersecurity problems. It's more to do with their prioritization framework. So if you believe, like they do, that a small number of frontier models could create catastrophic harm, then securing those labs may look more important, more neglected, and more tractable than funding practitioners to secure everyday AI systems. And money changes incentives. Researchers follow grants, students choose funded PhDs, organizations build teams around what funders will pay for. Conferences, policy groups, and entire research agendas can grow out of one definition of AI security, while other problems receive comparatively little attention. And this isn't small money either. Open Philanthropy, which is now called Coefficient Giving, has been one of the biggest funders in the space. And analysis found it directed more than $270 million towards AI research with a safety focus between 2016 and 2023. They themselves say it then spent roughly $25 million on technical AI safety in 2024 alone. So now we come back to the potential Anthropic IPO. All 7 Anthropic founders have reportedly pledged 80% of their wealth to philanthropy, and dozens of employees have made major giving pledges. One industry estimate suggested an Anthropic IPO could eventually generate around $15 billion a year in additional philanthropy. Now, that could be pretty extraordinary. It could fund independent evaluations, model security, biosecurity, governance, and technical safety at a scale governments just haven't managed. But it could also give a relatively small network enormous influence over what AI security means and which problems get ignored. Now, I have a lot of thoughts about both the benefits and the problems with EA. I've spent a lot of time working with EAs and also people who are very critical of EA. So I'm willing to be very candid. If you want a part 3, let me know.